Hey, everybody. Welcome to the tezos-artcast. This is episode number 34 at 10:34 a.m. Pacific time. We got I just saw this image randomly on Versum and thought it'd be a good opening image here. So yeah, what's up, everybody? I hope everyone's doing good. We are going to try something different here today and do a little simultaneous stream with our regular Twitch stream on twitch.tv/tezos-artcast, where we got full video and audio alongside our Twitter Spaces. where we should at the very least, have kind of the conversation going on. So again, this is an experimental. So, if it's working, great. We're going to keep rolling with it. If not, we will just keep on keeping on with what we've got here. So what's this here? Let's just, oh yes, you're approved. Okay. So Davey and I will be talking on the Twitter Spaces. We might be able to get some questions from Twitter Spaces. We'll have our usual chat going on Twitch and YouTube as well, and Facebook. All of those are connected. So yeah, very excited. Good to see you in the chat, Pure Spider. Laozaki, I hope I said that right. Welcome back. Good to see you as well. Yeah, I missed you guys. Last week, we were supposed to have our guest Rocket Monsters had to reschedule, so we'll be having them on at another time. A lot of things have been moved around and shifted around just because of the state of the world and how things are going. So excited to be here, and yeah, we're gonna be getting into some music and some art, as we like to do. This will be the second stream of the year. 2022 is so crazy. I don't even know. I got my coffee ready. I hope you do too. Good evening. Yes. Good evening, afternoon, morning, depending on where you are in the world. You'll notice I only have one earbud. So for whatever reason, this last 6 months, I have had the worst luck with headphones. For whatever reason, I keep stepping on one of my headphones and ripping it off, and then leaving the other headphone, and it's always the headphone with the microphone that stays intact. And then I buy a new pair and I do the same thing. And so I just got a new pair last week, and it disappeared. I have no idea where it is. So yeah, get wireless ones. Oh, no. I know it might be a sign that it's time. I've got a couple of Bluetooth ones that are older, and the idea that I have to recharge headphones just irks me to no end. I don't know why. The idea of having tiny batteries sitting next to my brain, I don't know. It freaks me out a little bit. But I don't know. That's just one of those old man paranoia things, I guess. Anyway, it might be time. So yeah, I'm stoked to get into everything today. Like I said, we got some music today. I'm always excited to have musical guests on, because I just get to listen to some new stuff that I haven't heard before, and get the scoop on all the or get the scoop on all the creative tips and tricks and inspirations that people go through. So I'm stoked. Yeah, so getting started. Welcome everybody in the Twitter Spaces. We are experimental on the Twitter Spaces today. So if it's not working so well, like I said, just pop over to our Twitch channel or our YouTube channel. That's twitch.tv/tezos-artcast. All one word, no spaces, all lowercase, no dashes. Pure Spider says, or alternatively, stop being a klutz. Good advice. I've been trying to live by that for years now, and no dice so far. Anyway, I'm a klutz by default. We did have the launch of versum.xyz this week. What's a Twitch? Spoo says. A Twitch is what I do right before I'm going to go to bed and I'm about to fall asleep, and I have some dream about or I have like a thought about skateboarding, and then I kick. That's what that is. Or I jump over something in my daydream. But yeah, Versum launched this week. Just like any of the NFT marketplaces that have launched, it's had some hiccups, but relatively smooth and running. So we're excited and want to congratulate Versum for their launch. And we'll probably be scrolling through some of that later. Oh God, the dreadful kicking the air thing. I did that a few times with my broken ankle side. Not enjoyable. Dang. Pure Spider with the broken ankle healing. Kicking. All right. Spoo and Pure are about to battle. We might have to have a drone battle at the end between these two. They're starting to go at it in the chat a little. Anyway, FX Hash has been going off per usual. Lots of new releases, lots of fun stuff. Friends of the Artcast included. But yeah, we're stoked. So let's get into this and see how this goes in regards to this dual streaming. Like I said earlier, Raider, what's up? We may or may not have music in the spaces, so please pop over to the alternative to that on Twitch. And if you can't hear the music, I might finagle a thing or two in the middle of things to try and get that to work. But enough talk. I'm boring myself, so I'd like to welcome our guest today. Very excited. Actually sent me a message about a new release, saying like, hey, go check this out. And immediately I was like, oh my gosh, this is, I recognize this from another NFT. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And yeah, please welcome singer, songwriter, composer, all the things, Davi Fonseca. Hey.
Thank you very much. It's really good to be here. Thank you for the invitation. And I'm not everything. I cannot dance. I cannot do a lot of stuffs, but I play the piano and and I can compose a little bit.
I love it. Excellent. And can you put your speaker on for the Twitch space or the Twitter space? I don't know if I have to do that, but
Can you listen to me now?
I can hear you now.
Good.
Okay,
So
excellent.
I will let my microphone here, and if you want me to talk a little bit closer, I can maybe hear. It's better, or it was okay.
It was okay.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. So welcome, yeah, man. Thank you for joining us. We're excited to have you. We will require you to do a little bit of dancing, though. That's just going to be.
It's
okay.
Done.
Excellent. We got it. There is we will now be taking a screenshot of that, putting it in a loop, and minting it.
Okay, 2,000 tezos, please.
I'll cut you in on it. We'll do a split contract and get you on there.
It's a really expensive gift, man.
Yeah, right. Awesome. So yeah, NFT Raider says proof of dancing. Nice. That's good. So yeah, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from? First of all, where are you from? Like, what part of the world are you in?
Brazil, it's my country, but I am from a city that calls Belo Horizonte, in Minas Gerais. This is a really special city. I love to live here. There's a lot of good music here and great musicians. So it's a really inspiring city to be when you are an artist. So I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome. What are some like that specific region? Are there styles of music that are like specific to that region?
Yes, we got like Milton Nascimento is from my city. Do you know the Clube da Esquina and Wakichi group? This is one of the most popular musicians from our city. They do a lot of they have done actually they are already off with world tours and so, but they did a lot of concerts also in USA and Europe and Asia and Africa. They're all parts of the world.
Yeah.
And there's also a new generation. Do you know Kurt Hazelwinkle, the guitar player, jazz guitar
No.
player from USA?
Well, what's his name?
Kurt Hazelwinkle. I don't know if
Hmm.
I make the right pronunciation, but he has a Brazilian band with three people from my city. This is
Really nice.
crazy. Yes. So it's a really rich city musically speaking,
Yeah.
and it's good to be here. I enjoy it a lot.
Nice. My jazz knowledge is minimal. There's a band that I really like called Medeski, Martin and Wood.
Yes, I know it. With
Okay.
this Hammond B3 keyboard playing, this is incredible. I love it.
Yeah, and that I think they're the first I think like jazz group that I really identified with and I could really like appreciate
Okay.
and listen to a lot of. I got to see them live a couple of times now, and it blew my mind. So
Yeah, they are
that gave me,
incredible.
I think that gave me a real appreciation for what jazz could be, as opposed to kind of like growing up here in the States. Um, like we have public radio that, like late at night, you might have some like dance music stuff, or it's kind of like college radio, indie rock, but very,
Okay.
very late, like midnight to 4 a.m. And
Okay.
the rest of the day is like contemporary jazz. Um, but you grow up with this feeling of like Kenny
Yeah.
G, kind of jazz.
Yes. But what I think it's nice about jazz, it's that it became not a musical style, but a way of making music, and like
Right.
this freedom with music. It's what I'm telling that it's jazz for me. Do you know?
Yeah.
So this freedom, this jazz freedom, is something that I like very much when I'm doing music and when I'm listening to music, because it's really nice when you got some structure and themes and melodies and harmony and so, but it's also when you got space for the musicians to be themselves inside that music.
Yeah.
So it's what I love about jazz and all the kind of jazz music. Yeah, it can be from USA, from Brazil, from India, and there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And so, as far as your upbringing, was jazz a heavy influence early on? Did you start out as a jazz musician coming out of the womb?
No, actually not. So I listen a lot to songwriters, like how can I say this music that you sing with letter and
Like a cappella?
No, not a cappella, but with poetry together. I will ask for help for the Google translator.
Okay.
Song, actually,
Oh, okay.
it's what the Google translator told me. But I listen a lot to Brazilian songs. We have a lot of great names, and uh, I so and I start with the piano when I was 7 years old, and I study classical music
Okay. Yeah.
until I was 18. So Chopin, Ravel, Bartok. Uh, actually, almost just European music.
Yeah.
Also, a little bit of Brazilian music, but not with this popular or jazz relation with. Just music on paper, and I was reading it on the piano. When I was 19, like 10 years ago, I started to play with more freedom on the piano and study a little bit of improvisation and arrangement. And so I started to go to the popular music way,
Hmm.
and is where I am now.
Nice. So what were some of those early composers that really like struck you? Where because I imagine if you're so I don't read music, but I imagine what's it like to see a piece of on paper and then start playing it. Um, have you found stuff that you were surprised by when you started playing it, and stuff that you were repulsed by, where you just hated it? Like,
Yes, so it's I think like language, music starts from doing it. First we talk, and after we write. And
sure,
and with music, for me, it's the same thing. But it's really nice when I can play some music that was done 200 years ago. And so it's a communication with another time and with another mindset and ways of thinking. So I think it's great to make this, but a lot of musics are. I didn't like it, but I had to because my teacher told me, "Oh, you have to play this. That's the way
yeah,
it is." And so yes, with some of this music, I had some repose, but it was great to do it this in this way. So because there is a lot of people like Chopin, for example, is one of the greatest pianists ever. So it's really nice to learn with him. He's already dead, but we can still learn with his music and his piano playing and the possibilities in this instrument, and also harmonic possibilities and a lot of stuff. So actually, it was great to do it, to learn music with these old guys. But
right, right,
today, I really like to play free without paper. I think when you take out the paper, you can listen better. You look better to the other musicians. You don't have this bridge between you and the other players and and the music actually.
right, right. Well, I want to talk more about some of your influences kind of later, but I'd also like to I'd like to hear some of this music that we're talking about.
Good.
So I have a link to one of your songs. Did you want to play a little something, or do you want to preview something visually? Did I say that right? Oh.
uh, You mind play here, or you play
Yeah,
the?
whichever. Which one do you want to do first?
I think you can play the first link, maybe
Yes,
song one.
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
please.
All right, can you tell us a little bit about this track that we're gonna check out?
Yes, of course. It calls João no Pati, and João, it's a name. It's a name of a great friend, one of my best friends, and Pati, it's a valley in a national park here in Brazil. Uh, I love to do like nature adventures, bike trips, and also walking trips. And this one was 15 days. Uh, I don't know why we were walking from point A through point B, and it was a 15 days walk
Wow.
with a lot of waterfalls and beautiful rivers without internet. It was great without telephone, without anything. And we did this trip together, me and João.
Uh-huh.
And it was a really intense experience. And after this experience, I did this song.
Okay.
Yeah, and made the arrangement for my group.
All right. Awesome. We will play it right now. Let's get into it.
Good.
And here we go. Okay, we're gonna start over here. I attempted something that I think screwed it all up. So
I
we'll
will not.
okay.
I will not listen.
Okay, here can you hear this?
Yes, now I can.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's get it started over here, and I'm not gonna mess with any settings.
No problem.
All right, let's do this.
Vi jumento de carga que só carregava a si mesmo rumo ao mar. cavalo de Troia, trotando que faltava lá dentro, dentro, enfim. Vi irmão chutar cobra, cobrando muito de si, que até lhe faltava. Viu a avó pela greda, piramba, pedra e pá, pé na cove, a corda em si, com a corda bem perto do seu pomo de Adão, antes da hora certa. Já morreu 1 milhão nessa trilha deserta, tem ninguém pra te ver, João, João. Vale pra virar cova, custa nem um tostão, Deus em forma de prova, já fez ele no chão pra botar pé em cima, só tem eu e você, João, João. só carregava-se a si mesmo rumo ao mar. Vi um cavalo de Troia trotando que faltar, vale adentro, dentro, enfim. Vi não chutar cobra, cobrando de si, que até lhe voltava. Viu a dobra gritar, tirando a pedra e pá, era a cobra em si.
Whew. Yes. Man, that was great.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Wow. Oh, it wants to go again. Look at that. Oh man. That was a great video to accompany it too.
Yeah, this is from another great friend. We live together actually. We are roommates, and he calls Ciro Tillman. I am bringing him into NFT community also to sell some photographics, but yet now he's on vacation. Maybe for this year he will come in also.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to talk to him too, man. That was a great great video. It went great with the music and having the kind of contrast at the beginning and at the end of kind of the color coming back into the piece.
Yeah, we recorded this album in one farm studio here. This is in the maybe 2 hours from the city on the lands, and we went there and spent 8 days together for recording my album, my first album. It calls Piramba, and this song João no Pati, it's the first song of this album. It started the album.
That's a great way to start an album, because that's it's nice. Like it's super playful. I mean, the way that you described the story beforehand really set it up with like the 15 days, like kind of. It's almost like a jazz trip, you know.
Okay.
Spending 15 days out and about with no internet or anything, and just living with nature and playing and
yes,
I don't know. It was great.
It's good that when the story makes the music bigger. I like this also. Not all the musics have good histories, but I like a lot of this one's history.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So let's see. Sorry, I was just pulling up another piece here for when we're ready to check that out.
Okay.
So you said you kind of got into popular music after like about 10 years ago. You started making like more free form, kind of not as rigid. You got into jazz. Would you say that your style is predominantly, like, would you call it jazz, kind of what you do, or is that just a good describer of what you're doing?
I prefer Brazilian music. This is
Okay.
This is really it doesn't say a lot, but jazz also doesn't say a lot.
Sure.
There are two big name. I don't know. I will check out in Google Translate what I'm thinking.
No problem.
Label.
Okay, yeah, it's a broad.
Jazz is a really huge label. Brazilian music's also a huge label, but I prefer it.
Yeah, and since like for me anyway, from the States, the only Brazilian culture I think I've really been exposed to is, you know, mostly alcohol. And I'm in the I'm disclaimer, I'm in the liquor industry. I'm a bartender. So
Okay.
being in the cocktail bar world,
Okay, you
cachaça.
know, caipirinha and
Oh,
so.
caipirinha is so
Okay.
beautiful. So, but
Yeah,
that's about it. You know, before I got into NFTs and before being exposed to Hic Nunc, and I think just the NFT community in Tezos, uh, such a heavy Brazilian influence, like from that platform being founded by a Brazilian, and then just seeing this influx of Brazilian art. It's been so wonderful. I find like there's photographers, you know,
yes.
musicians, painters that, and the Brazilian style. I've fallen in love with, and
Yeah,
yeah,
Brazil is a very interesting land because we have a lot of different cultures here mixed up, and it makes a lot of great things in this mix. You know, we have a lot of African culture, we have a lot of European culture, we have a lot of native people culture also, and of course influence from American music. And I love to listen like jazz from Israel, Indian music also. But here in Brazil, is I think we are the land with a lot of different lands inside. You know,
yeah, yeah,
uh, we have not a specific type of hair or color, or we are everything mixed up,
yeah,
and you can go to a room and see 30 completely different persons, and they are all Brazilians, you know.
yeah,
And this is great about Brazil. It's my favorite part, I would say, because we make a lot of different types of music. For example, there's traditional, really traditional music, religious music, and also avant-garde music, and contemporary, like university music. You know, like academical music. I don't know how we can label it, but this is it's we have a really rich culture. I would say it's, and I
yeah.
think this culture come exactly from this mix.
Right, right, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, I feel very fortunate to have uh, to have been able to be exposed to all of it. I'm going to end our Twitter Spaces. It doesn't seem like it's working too well, so I'm just going to end that real quick.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Perfect. Okay. Same Genre in the chat says, "What's up? Go again." Welcome to everybody in the chat who hasn't chimed in yet. Please do chime in because we'll be facilitating a little giveaway. Davey has something special for you, for one of you, so stay tuned for that. And everyone in the chat so far, I have your addresses, so you're all set. If you're silent out there in Twitch land, say hello and drop your address to be eligible for this raffle to get a piece from Davey, and we'll share that piece in a little bit here. I'd love to hear another track. Actually, that like got me
Okay.
all excited.
Oh, I'm glad to know it. Really.
Yeah,
Uh, this is one of the most special things from this NFT world, and it's really nice to connect with different people and make that our music connect. Also, this is really good. This another track that I send you. It's called Três Barras, and
Yes.
it's also a waterfall in the same national park. So this is not the only way that I make music, okay? But I love to do this. I love to make crossings and walkings and bike trips. Uh, and Três Barras is a really, really, really beautiful waterfall that I could spend like 4 days with good friends there. And for the album, for this recording that we are going to listen, I had two really nice gifts. One was the arrangement from Rafael Martini, who is a great musician, and he was my teacher also. And today I play in his group. This is an honor to me. And we had also one of the greatest singers in Brazil recording in this track, who is Mônica Salmazo.
All right.
She's an incredible singer. I don't have to explain too much. We just have to listen to her, and it is enough.
Excellent. One quick question before we play this.
Please.
On a trip like that to this waterfall that you've been talking about, what are some of the things that you bring with you? Is there anything like that's always with you on these trips?
You mean a material thing?
Yes. Oh, you know what? A material thing and a mindset.
Okay. I think the most important for me, it's the like this mindset. Uh, I love to discover new things, and when you are walking on a place that there's no phone, uh, and you if you fall in the from the hill, there's no one cops to come and rescue.
Yeah.
So you have to be there. You have to be there and watch all your steps and be in your body and your mind together. And I think this is a hair condition. No, sorry, this is not easy to get when you are in one big city.
Right. Yeah.
When you can just, oh, I'm hungry, so I go to one app and ask for food. This is different when you are in the making a nature adventure, and so this presence mindset for me is the greatest thing that we can have it. And when you bring this to music, it's also incredible, when you just sit
Yeah.
and play and you are not thinking about the people that are looking or listening to you. You are just playing. And this music came like this. Like I was in the piano after 20 days without playing, and it just came out, the song. And material things, I think in this trip, I bring a net to sleep.
Yeah.
This a good knife and a headlamp.
Nice.
It
Yeah.
was enough, and good friends also.
There you go. There you go. Simple but essential.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna play this. Let me make sure. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the sound. I'm gonna
Okay.
mute us so that it's just the music, but I want to make sure. Like I
Okay.
said, give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. Hmm. No? Let's see.
Okay, now.
Okay.
Cabeleira que corre até o mar, menina, mulher, filha de Odé, devolve à terra aquilo que a terra dá, devolve em calor de pé. Nas curvas e voltas que o rio faz, menino, mulher, cria de Oxum, devolve à terra aquilo que a terra der, devolve em calor mundo. Devolve à terra aquilo que a terra dá, não deixa as águas secar. Na beira do rio, corriço sob o sol, eu te vi lá, logo me dá. choro, voz doce, alô, bebê. Na manhã azul,
Man, that was beautiful. Yeah, her voice, something else, huh?
Yes, it's incredible. I cannot get used to listen. I just get, every time I listen. For me, it's very special to have her in my track. She's really a icon from our music, and it's great, just great to have her.
Now you said you might have said it already, but just so I can remember, Paramba is the name of the album.
Yes.
And is there a rough translation of Paramba? Is it a place? Is it the waterfall you were talking about, or
No, Piramba is one. It's one hill, really with a lot of troubles in the way,
okay?
stones and thing. It's a hill that is. It's not easy to get through it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also a really popular word. 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 I don't know. Sorry.
No, you're good.
For us, this is you can't find it in the dictionary. It's what I mean. This is
Okay.
from the speaking language. Do you know?
Yeah.
Uh, and I think this. I don't know if it's hard to listen the songs, but Tres Barras specific. It's not hard to play, but the other musics from the album, they are really hard to play in rhythmical speaking. This is we had to practice a lot together to get in this result.
Yeah, there's
So
a lot of rhythms crossing over, and a lot
yes,
of like what are they, polyrhythms?
yeah,
Is that?
a lot of polyrhythms, exactly.
Um, yeah, it's awesome. What's the instrument the woman is playing with? It's like a cassava melon or something with a bow.
It's called berimbau.
Berimbau.
Berimbau, yeah. This is one string instrument. This is a metal string.
Yeah.
And do you know capoeira? This is a Brazilian fight and dance, and this is one. It came from the Brazilian slaves, like 500, 400, and it came through the Brazilian history. This is a one resistance fight from the slaves. They used to fight against the white motherfucking folks, you know.
Yeah.
And this instrument is traditional of this type of music, but because the capoeira, it's music, fight, dance. This is a really rich culture, and berimbau is one instrument which comes from this history.
Yeah.
And Natalia Mitri, who is the woman who plays it,
Yes.
she has a group just with berimbaus.
Really?
Yeah, this is a different type of berimbaus because you can choose the exactly the note that you want.
Right.
So this music is in one moment. I will find my bemol A flat.
Yes.
So we put it the berimbau here. So she's in Três Barras, the second song that we listened to, Rafael Martini have done one arrangement with two berimbaus. So they play different notes and make an ostinat with these two berimbaus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really great history, and I think that's another thing that I'm seeing in a lot of the Brazilian influences. There's a lot of the art is rich in expressing the Brazilian culture. If that makes sense, it's, you know, like when you sent me a link to your song Sachi, am I saying that right?
Saci.
Sasi, okay. Sasi, I kind of started to say this in the intro. I immediately recognized it because there's another Brazilian artist that I've been collecting on Tezos, Renancio, who does crypto legends, and the whole series is around like cryptid, like ancient legends of, you know, these spiritual creatures in the woods and in the jungle. And when I saw that project, not only did his art jump out to me, but, you know, the stories behind the art were really cool. Because I mean, anywhere you live around the world has, you know, their own folklore and their own legends and stories. So to see one specific culture's kind of cryptids, or, you know, these creatures from that region, it was really cool and educational too. So then when you sent me the track, I immediately recognized that creature or spirit from his series, and I had to cross-check to make sure I wasn't just projecting it.
I can remember.
Can you tell me a little bit about that, and we can show? I want to show that, share that. That's the track that we wanted to share, right?
Yes. Okay, Saci. I hope that my English will be enough to explain it. It's not easy for me.
No worries.
He is one leg boy who he smokes a pipe.
Yeah.
And a head root in hood, this in his head, and he's always messing around. You know, he does small things like he takes your phone and puts in something in somewhere else, or you are cooking something and he makes it burn.
Right.
So in the Halloween, do you know your Halloween that people make
Tricks and treats.
tricks and treats. Saci is he's always doing these tricks with other people
Yeah.
and making whistles in the night, and the travelers has fear to listen these whistles, and it's like this.
Yeah. It's like
He's always messing
mischief,
around.
mischief making.
And this music, so Saci, it's really hard to play. So it's the trick and tricks with the musicians, you know. And there's
Gotcha. Yeah.
a lot of polyrhythmic happening, and a lot of different voices. Uh, maybe maybe it's a good idea to listen to solo performance, uh, because it's the giveaway music for
Yeah.
today. But I want to invite all to listen also the big group version, the album version. It's in my Brand Radio page.
Okay, perfect. And then I wanted to share this real quick. So this is the image of Saci from Renuncio of Crypto Legends.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I recognized that name. I was like, I think I remember this guy. So yeah, there's his pipe and his hat and everything. Awesome. Oh yeah.
Really nice gift.
Okay, so let's get that. So this is the piece. This is the solo version of this piece, but then there's a full version. You're saying on the album?
Yes, that in the album and also in my Ren Radio page. But I think it's nice to listen this solo performance, and after
Oh, I see.
no,
Saci on paper.
Saci on paper is the I got 3 different series on the NFT.
Right.
One of them is full musics from my album. The second one is this on paper series that I show the arrangement paper
Right. Okay.
with music. Now it's a series that brings this background, like behind the scenes. Do you know, like making of experience?
There we go.
The arrangement, and the Saci on paper is already on the secondary. Like this one, João Pati is the only one available from on paper series.
Yeah.
And also this solo performance series, also a soundtrack series from theater pieces that I have done soundtracks. But solo performance, it's the giveaway from today.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you're in the chat and you haven't dropped your Tezos address, or you just haven't said anything, because anybody that's been in the chat, I have your addresses. We're going to be giving one copy of this away to one of you special folks. So at the end of the show, using Rader's new NFT Rader's new tool, new and improved. So that's exciting. All right, let's give this a listen, and yeah, let's go.
Dia de vento forte de São Bartolomeu. Será que o medo vem com o vento? Ou será que o medo é meu? Roda da fortuna de poeira e caos. Naquele novelinho vejo a minha água, carne e sal.
Nice. Now, that was cool. I only wish I knew Portuguese now.
I can try to explain the lyrics.
Maybe just like an overview, maybe a little bit
Okay.
in general.
Normally, Saci shows up in really windy days
Okay.
because he came in one tornado. Do you know, like this?
Yep.
Uh, not not a huge one like this Katrina or so, but like one small version of it. Exactly. So it shows up always in windy days, and São Bartolomeu's days is the most windy day of the year. So in the lyrics, I say Dia de São Bartolomeu, like São Bartolomeu's days, strong wind days, dia de vento forte. So I don't know where my fear comes from. I don't know if it comes from inside or it comes with the wind.
Nice.
This is the first part.
Yeah.
Roda de fortuna, de poeira. No, and after I talk about this circular movement with a lot of dust and things like this. And I see that I see myself inside of this little tornado. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to explain with my poor English, but it's something like that.
No worries. NFT Raider says that the music transports the feeling very well, and it's very unsettling. Like, oh.
Yeah, with more instruments, it can go worse.
Right.
A
So
lot of
definitely check
information
out.
in this.
Yeah. So definitely, I'll have to definitely look at the full performance with everybody else, because I'm sure that solo is intense, but I imagine, like you just said, with other people, it can get
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, it can get really crazy.
That's cool. So yeah, we're gonna give that away to one lucky person in the chat. Trombonifier says that he has a copy, or they have a copy already. So they're gonna stay out of the giveaway, but they say it's so good though. So Trombonifier, thanks for the heads up, and yes, it is so good.
And also, thank you for collecting. I'm glad to know.
Absolutely. So when you're building a song like this, what I guess I mean, you kind of explained a little bit earlier how you came back from that 15-day trip and some music just kind of came out of you. Is that always the case, or
No,
do you
this
have?
is never the case. Actually, it was one time only.
Okay, I think that makes me feel a little better. So what do you? I guess a question I like to ask is about like writer's block. Do you ever experience writer's block where you're just having trouble coming up with something new, or building something and hitting a wall where you just don't know where to go? Do you experience that? And if you do,
Yes,
how
a
do you
lot.
break through it?
In this last 2 years, this pandemic years, I experienced this a lot, like going through a wall. because I think music is with the nice way to do music, as everything is together with another people. So I love to be in concert and listen a lot to music and talk with other musicians and go to cinema and theater. Everything makes me alive, and
Yeah.
it goes directly to my music, like to new ideas and so. Uh, but normally, I come up with a musical idea and I just play it a lot every day, a lot every day, every day, every day, a lot of times. And normally it works to go to the next step, you know. So I record and send to friends. Oh, what do you think about it? And go like this. When I can try it with my group, it's also great because maybe the drummer come up with one nice groove idea. The bass player say, "Oh, let's do it that way." And so I like to do with other people, you know.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different ways for me, and also writing, putting in the paper, and and trying to start the arrangement for a bigger group than myself.
Yeah.
It's good because you think in the other instrument sounds, and maybe the flute. Oh, it would sounds beautiful in the flute. Or oh, I don't have four hands. I don't have three
Yeah.
hands. So
Yeah.
someone can help me here. You know.
Right.
So yeah, do I made me clear
Yeah, I
with
think
the
so.
answer?
So what I'm hearing is that one of the big tools that you use to help move forward with a song idea is to pretty much collaborate and communicate with other people and share the idea with other people. And by sharing it and by collaborating, the song goes a lot further than it would without you. And in the
Yes,
same way, when you sit down and you write out a piece on paper, you're imagining those other pieces coming in, and so you're looking beyond yourself to break through that wall. Is kind of what I'm hearing.
yes, and also the third point is repetition a lot.
Repetition. Yeah.
Like playing, and I think sometimes my finger knows more music than myself. You know, when you play a lot, maybe your hands show the way. Um,
Yeah.
it's also good. So,
Right. That's interesting because I remember I heard something about how if you're starting to learn a new instrument or a new skill that your brain, as you repeat as repetition goes on, you're building your neural pathways,
yes,
but you can only do so much in a day. And if you're stuck on something, if something's not connecting, like maybe a chord shape for the guitar,
yes,
you can't get the fingers right. If you practice and practice and practice and you go to sleep, there's going to be certain pathways that are still there, and then there's some that fade away. But the
yes,
ones that are there are stronger. So when you wake up, you might be able to play it.
yes.
Your fingers might go to that point.
It happens a
And it
lot.
sounds like at some point down the line, like you said, your pathways are already set up, and they might go somewhere you're not expecting because they're faster than you. Your subconscious is quicker than your conscious.
And sometimes it happens also when I am really stressed with arrangements and data, like, oh, I have to give a arrangement to my group in 1 week, like this, and I work a lot. And when I'm sleeping, I still arrange, and
Yeah.
sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with one new idea and go to the computer.
Yeah.
So it's sleeping arrangements is that also
Right.
happens sometimes.
So I get that actually makes me it makes me think about NFTs in general. So when you said I don't remember what you just said that made me think of this, but as far as NFTs go in this space, like you're involved now in NFTs, you're minting your music, you're sharing it with people. Has that changed the way that you approach music, or is it do you see NFTs as just another way to sell your music and to share your music, or is there something more to it?
Okay, I think
Let me.
I get it. Maybe.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
you can go further if you want to with your question.
I see a lot of people. There's a lot of money going into NFTs, and a lot of people, I think, are voicing concerns about, or people are very stressed out by NFTs. A lot of artists get very, very stressed out about whether their NFTs are selling, what it means for them as an artist if they don't sell. And so I've seen, we've talked a little bit on the show before about mental health and, the impact that the pressure of kind of certain artists seeing some success and sudden sales of their NFTs has brought into their life that they didn't have before. So I'm wondering if NFT sales and the pressure of kind of that marketplace mentality has had any influence or effect on you as a musician.
Okay. Until now, no, I would say, because I am really the analogical guide.
Okay,
As
yeah.
you saw that I'm not good with technologies. The synthesizer is already too much for me. I like to play acoustic piano, and so for
Right.
so for me it's really difficult to use the platforms, to be all the time online on Discord, on Twitter, on so
Yeah.
I'm trying to use this NFT world like a place where I can show what I do and not do for the NFT world.
Yes.
So I every day I practice my piano. I like composition. I like listening to music and I write music. And here's what I've got, and I will see if it sells or not.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have a lot of NFTs that are already sold out. I got this lucky in this beginner luck,
Yeah.
and it was great, and it's really important for everybody that makes art, when you see that other people like your art. And today in Brazil, with the pandemic, with our shit president and government that don't give a shit for culture, for music, for cinema, it's really hard to make money with music here.
Yeah.
We have to do a lot of different different things all the time and be like an octopus, you know. So at one side, this is great. I love to do a lot of different things with music. I like soundtracks for cinema, for theater, playing with sidemen with another groups. I have my own group. I do arrange and musical production for albums from other musicians.
Yeah.
Also, I am a musical teacher, and you know, I'm doing the NFT music. So the NFT was this money part of NFT was of course great for me in this specific moment of my life here in
Yeah.
Brazil, because the pandemics are not going really better here. It's getting really slow. The things, a lot of concerts that I had were canceled. Like now, this is no surprise for anyone, but it was really hard here in Brazil, like it was for you in USA also, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I was clear, but the NFT music, it's really great to meet different peoples, and also people that like to buy music, um, but also different connections. Like with you today, we can talk a lot. This is great for me. This is a great experience. Also with Napoleon, there's a friend from California that commissioned music for me. Like I'm going to do a trombone and piano music. I'm writing it already for him.
Hey.
So this connection possibility, it's the best part for me.
Absolutely. Well, and that's great to hear. I think the immediate success that some people have, like some people have been able to even live only on the money that they've got from NFTs, and I think that's great. But it seems like in the long term that NFTs and creating NFTs, I think for a lot of people that maybe it's a good thing to see it as part of a wider approach to your lifestyle. Like you said, like you have a lot of different things that you're doing. NFTs happen to be one of them,
Yes.
but to rely on them only maybe is it's going to be a tough journey or a roller coaster.
Yeah, and I really don't want to do this actually. You know,
Right.
I like to be also out of computer and doing other things. Do you know? Like
Yeah.
I love this moment here, and it's really nice to know a lot of new people and new music and new graphical artists. But I think I will maintain this as one of the things that I do.
Yeah.
Uh,
If NFTs went away tomorrow, Davi Fonseca would still be playing music like nothing happened.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course. It
Well,
came first.
that's I think and I think it's inspiring, and it's something that I think all of us who are creative people who are in this space should think about is, if tomorrow everything was gone, what would we continue to make and what would we continue to put our energy in? And I don't think that it's going away. I don't think it's going anywhere. But when we put ourselves in that mindset, hopefully we can all kind of remember what's important and what drove us to be creative in the first place, and
Yes,
what drove us to be able to share what we're sharing in this particular space. So
And this is in with other internet spaces also, with Instagram or Facebook. Uh, for me, it was difficult before the NFT. Also, like to always filming myself and
Right.
making. I this is I'm not this person, you know. I don't have any problem with it, but I just can't do it a lot for a long time, you know. So
Yeah, it's not sustainable for you,
yes,
like to put that much energy into setting yourself up to be seen by other people
yes,
online all the time. Yeah.
yes, and so the NFT for me was perfect in this way because it's a place there I can show what I do and just I've done this music. Look,
Yeah.
and the people can listen, can buy it or not, and can share with friends. It's okay, but I did what I want to do, you know,
Right. Right.
and show who I am. Now I'm starting to learn a little bit more about gifs and visual stuffs because I think it's good for NFT also. So
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just put the music there, but put the music with beautiful images or a nice GIF, and so I'm working on it,
Nice. Nice.
but I'm not
Um,
so good on this too.
well, let's see. Um, you've got your piano there. You've got your setup going. I'd love to watch you do your thing live. If we
Okay,
could do that. We've got about 25 minutes left on the show, so I want to make sure we get some time to hear you play whatever you want to play, and then do a raffle and stuff after that.
okay. So I will play a song that I've done in the last year. It's not in my album. This is completely new, and
Nice.
maybe I will record it in my next album.
Yeah.
It calls Sagarana. Sagarana is it's the name of my street where I live,
Okay.
and it was a pandemical music when I was just here all the time between the four how this called this
The wall.
walls, four
Yep.
walls exactly. Um, so it calls Sagarana. Can you hear it well? The keyboard. It's okay.
Yes, it's good. Nice. That was really pretty. You definitely, I definitely feel there was definitely some like isolation vibes there. Like,
Yes, for sure.
yeah, yeah. It's been a hard couple of years for everybody.
Yeah, no doubts. And I had the privilege to, in the possibility to be safe at home, and this was not the reality of a lot of people here in Brazil.
Yeah,
And hopefully, I am okay in my health and my family also. So it was just that, yeah. This it was bad, but it could be worse.
right, right. So let's talk a little bit. You mentioned we talked a little bit about the Janopati. I'm probably terrible at saying that on paper.
Okay.
This piece here.
Yes.
So it's a one of one. It's still available at the moment. Now, when we're looking at this, is this a pretty good representation of how this arrangement actually is built?
Yes. This is the actual range that we recorded on the album, and I've made this GIF using I think it was 17 pages of arrangement.
Yeah.
Voice, flute, clarinet, piano, acoustic bass, guitar, drums, and vibraphone,
Wow.
and also berimbau and pandeiro. And it's a lot of things happening at the same time, and this gift talks about musical process and composition, arrangement, uh, and I think it's a good representation of the chaos that we live there in this this crossing walk.
Yeah. Were you surprised when you put all these together? Or have you seen this kind of visualization before?
No, no. I was really surprised when because this one of one series on paper I've done with Sassi and Leah. It's two songs that I minted before, and it's already sold out, both of them. But I love to see the visual impact of the notes in the pentagram, and so I start to do this series. So I post the music, the few music with a lot of editions, maybe 7, maybe 10 editions. But this gift with the musical process is always 101, one of one experience, like series.
Yeah, it's really a neat representation of what goes into a composition, because I think we definitely take it for granted, when we're listening to it as a kind of as a consumer of music, just listening. We hear it in a very different way than you do, probably,
Of course.
and I don't. I mean, it's a lot like poetry for me. Like, somebody can read a poem, and I can appreciate that poem, but if I read it or if I have them repeat that poem, I get a lot more out of it each time. And so when we listen to a track like the ones that we've listened to today, we have our first impressions and we know that we like it or we don't like it. But I think when you look at this, it's like, wow. There is a lot going on there that
There's really a lot going on. Some
it's
big
amazing.
chaos, visual chaos.
Yeah. It's like it's like the tornado of Sassi.
Exactly. The Sassi on paper it's worse than this. There's much more information.
So what's your next what are you working on right now, and what are you looking forward to in this next year as far as your music goes and creativity?
Oh, I hope that I can record my second album, uh, but this is not easy to make because I've tried with I don't know, like these governmental programs that uh, you can take money to make your album, and so it happens a lot in Brazil. But in the last years, um with this president that we got, and he hates culture and he fights against culture actually. So all these programs are going uh, away. It's really hard to get governmental money or just authorization to use companies' money and so on. So now I'm trying to understand from where can I get money to make my next album.
Right.
But I have already the musics, and I have a new group with cello, trombone, uh, percussion, drums, mandolin, bass, piano, and voice. Um, and we have done already a concert in the last year
Yeah.
for a jazz festival from our city, and they commissioned it for me three new songs. So I've write it down, and we could play for a small audience. So I'm doing soundtracks for theater piece now also, and
Nice.
selling my NFT and composing new songs, and as it's always doing a lot of different stuff at the same
Right.
time.
That's right. I mean, that's like you said before, like that's kind of what you have to do these days, is just kind of like the octopus.
Yes, the octopus. But as like my dream for this year is that I can do my next album. I think if I make it, it will be really good for me.
Well, I hope we get to see that dream come true this year. Um,
Thank you,
so,
thank you a lot.
absolutely. So I'm going to put in a list here so we can do this raffle.
Good. And I have to say to everybody that is watching us, first, thank you very much. And second, I am a little bit slow with technologies, but I will send you the track, okay? I'm slow, but I just have to learn how to do this NFT from a wallet to another. But I will learn it and I will do it, okay?
There we go. And we'll be here to help. So if you need assistance, we're here for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries. So we've got NFT Raider, Sane Genre, Pure Spider, and Spoo in the raffler. So we're gonna shuffle,
Good.
And let's see what happens. This is NFT Raider's new batch. Oh, his own raffler picked him.
Good.
Congratulations, NFT Raider. You've been chosen by your own algorithm.
Good.
Awesome. Congratulations, NFT Raider. You're going to get Sassy Tornado straight to your... Wait, is it Sassy? Yeah.
Sassy solo performance.
Solo performance is coming to you soon. Congratulations, buddy. we knew there would be some people saying rigged. Spoo is always if Spoo doesn't win, he's convinced it's rigged. No, that's awesome. Well, thank you again, man. I don't know. Was there anything else you wanted to share before we go for the afternoon?
No, just my grateful. It was a great time talking to you, and really nice to meet you. And I want to see the other talks of your show. And thank you very much for giving me this space to talk a little bit about my music. It was really nice time.
Absolutely. I definitely had a good time as well. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on the show and share who you are and what you've been doing. It was great. I had a good time.
Good.
All right. Well, stay in touch, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much, Davey.
Okay, thank you too. And now I have to learn how to give this NFT to our winner. Okay.
That's right.
Nice.
All right, buddy. Have a great day. Cheers. We'll see you soon.
Cheers. See you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. And thank you to our guest, Davey, again. Really appreciate you. That was a lot of fun. Some really great music. Yeah, this was great. Tune in next week. We'll be here. It's been a really busy week for me, so I haven't ironed out the next feature, but that's how we roll. We just keep moving, and we fly by the seat of our pants, and it's fun. So we'll talk to you all next week, and we'll see you around the internet and things, and we'll get that NFT over to you. Be well, and peace, love, art, and all that.